day. Matt here, and this is day 9 of 30 days of intuitive eating. A journey of listening and tuning into the body's natural wisdom, created by Megan McElroan with intention inspired. And today's intention is I am reducing. That's been the main thing for me as I journey through this, is how much overeating in particular, that I've been doing. So I'm really looking forward to today. So let's dive in and learn how to reduce those sugar cravings by noticing patterns. Diving right in with our host, Megan, to delve into this world of reducing and how it is related to our cravings and how we can be and live with more intention by reducing.
Hello and welcome back to Intuitive Eating Encouraged. We are going into your next lesson, which is all about how to reduce sugar cravings. And so you might experience sugar cravings many days, all day long, or maybe not at all. And that's depending on who you are and what you're eating and how you sleep and so many other factors. Because sleep, hydration, and what we're eating all matter for sugar cravings. And the reason is that your body runs on sugar. All foods really are broken down into sugar of some form or another, and that's what's fueling your body. And so in the moment when you're tired or exhausted or just like low energy of any type, the brain often will say like, oh, you need some sugar to feel better. And the brain's not sitting there saying like, go get fruit, right? Or go get a natural balanced meal of whole foods, which will give you that sugar. It says, go get processed carbohydrates and simple sugars, right? It wants you to go get candy and a Starbucks latte with lots of sugar in it, or, pieces of bread or crackers or something like that, because they break down quicker in your body into sugar than whole grains, like what we talked about in the macronutrients content of this program. And so the brain is it's smart. Your brain is very smart, and it's learned over the years that when you're tired, eating something, a boost of sugar, that spike is going to make you feel better. But that there is the problem, is that in those moments, we have these urges and cravings to go eat sugar, to feel better, to give ourselves energy. And if we listen to them, which there's nothing wrong with, if we listen to them and go eat those simple sugars and processed carbs though, when we're truly hungry and we need a meal, all we're doing is causing a roller coaster. And so what happens is you eat this sugar, right? Let's say you go and you get, a candy bar or a latte or just something that breaks down very quickly in your body into sugar. It's going to cause a spike of energy because now you have all the sugar in your bloodstream. It's called blood sugar, right? And then within like an hour, your body's used it all and it's now going way down, right? And so it goes way past where you were before, all the way down here, and you feel this crash. You might get shaky, you might have a lot more sugar cravings, and then you're like, I need more sugar to feel better. And then you eat sugar, you go back up, and it's this roller coaster. And so how do we stop the blood sugar roller coaster? Well, the answer is food, right? Real whole foods, like we've already talked about, eating for energy. And so when you're feeling low energy and you're craving lots of sugar, the key here is to slow down and choose that balanced meal, or at least a macronutrient, like something with fiber or protein or healthy fats in it, to help you stabilize your blood sugar and give you that energy without spiking it, because the spike is what causes the crash and the additional cravings that follow. And so simply by eating more, eating adequately, making sure that you're eating nutrient-dense foods and not getting too hungry, like long gaps between meals, you can definitely help yourself reduce sugar cravings without cutting out the foods you love. It's not about reducing sugar cravings by saying, I'm never gonna have sugar again. I've done that. I've gone 2 months without sugar. It's in everything, including ketchup. It was really hard. There was no reason to do it besides the fact that I thought it was what was gonna make me healthy and get me weight loss, but that's not how it works. The truth is there's nothing wrong with you enjoying sugar, and the goal is moderation, because those processed sugars, they lack all the things your body needs, right? Most products out there that contain a lot of sugar, they lack fiber, they lack fat, they lack protein, they lack nutrients, and they often strip your body of nutrients. They take it from you. They dehydrate you, they cause inflammation, and a lot of other health problems. And that's not being said for you to go fear sugar. Please don't fear sugar. I've done enough fearing of sugar for all of us, right? It's not bad. And we don't want to overeat the sugars that cause more sugar cravings and health problems, right? That's the sugar we want in moderation. And then you can go and you can reach for things like nature's candy, which is fruit. Fruit is naturally sweet, has tons of fiber in the skins of the fruit, lots of nutrients that your body needs, and it won't cause that extreme sugar spike in your blood sugar and then that crash. Ooh, almost dropped my mouse. And so we don't want that crash, because the crash is what's causing more and more sugar cravings, right? And so the goal here is to eat balanced meals to help you not have so many sugar cravings. With that being said, of course, there are other reasons that you might experience sugar cravings, and those can be hormonal, emotional, and thought-based. So let's say that you're doing everything right, it's no right or wrong, right? But you're listening to your body, you're eating healthy, nutrient-dense food, you're getting enough sleep, you're drinking water, and you do reduce your sugar cravings. You should definitely feel way better with sugar cravings. You might still want sugar, but the craving that's based on the need for your body for energy to get sugar isn't there as much. And the other reasons, like hormones, thoughts, and emotions, come up. And so with hormones, for women, PMS is the most common one that you'll hear about. You might get a lot of sugar cravings, and that's totally fine. You might even be more hungry when you're PMSing and on your period, because your body actually needs more calories in that time, because you're losing blood and you need to have energy, which losing blood is going to take away energy. So your body demands energy in the form of food or sleep. So it's totally normal. You don't have to fear it. You don't have to get in your head and be like, why am I craving so much sugar? The key is to understanding sugar cravings. So we know that eating balanced meals and choosing fruit first and trying to plate crowd sugar can really help you with those sugar cravings, and reducing how much processed sugar we have. Not cutting it out, not being, upset or feeling guilty or ashamed if you eat it, just reducing it. That's our goal. And then we have hormones, which we can't really control, but we don't need to use them as excuses, and emotions and thoughts as well. And so what happens with these is that we get this desire to feel better, and sugar, causes that sugar high. So it's not like it doesn't work at all, right? It tastes really good. You enjoy it in that moment. But after you finish eating it, it's not like it actually made you feel better emotionally. It just kind of took you out of your thinking for a little while, right? It changed your emotions a little bit because you weren't so focused on whatever was bothering you. And so it's really good to notice why you're having the sugar craving. And no matter what the reason is for the sugar craving, I recommend focusing on first choosing fruit, having a balanced meal, and then if you want to, add in that sugar that you love. Like if you absolutely love Snickers bars, it's not that you can't have one. It's just that we don't need the Snickers bar to be the snack or the meal, right? Because your low energy, your extreme hunger, these are all causing sugar cravings. And in that moment, if you go have that Snickers bar, you've now spiked that blood sugar. It's going to crash probably in 30 minutes to an hour. You're going to be hungry again and need more food. Which there's nothing wrong with being hungry again and needing more food, but when it comes to weight loss, it's a lot healthier and easier to lose weight when we're not consistently eating all day long and grazing all day long, simply because we're hungry and not eating adequate amount of nutrient-dense foods. So whether you experience sugar cravings because you're not eating enough, because your meals are really loaded with processed sugar, and we want to, kind of create a more balanced option of like 80% of the time eating these nutrient-dense, very healthy foods, and 20% of the time eating these less healthy foods, right? There's no rule there. It's just, a goal to kind of switch over from having dessert all the time to having meals all the time, right? So no matter why you're experiencing, the key is to slow way down. Slow down and notice that your brain has the ability to run away with your imagination and overthink these sugar cravings. And it's very easy to get upset if you have a sugar craving, especially if you're trying to lose weight. Like, why am I still having the sugar craving? I'm doing everything Megan says, and yet here I am craving sugar. But just getting upset over that, all that emotion, can make you just want to give up and go eat. So do your best to realize that this is just how the body works. It's going to crave sugar. And when it does, we don't need to automatically reach for the Snickers bar, when we could reach for natural foods like fruits and vegetables, which all break down into sugar in your body and will give you that boost of energy you need and reduce sugar cravings without causing that roller coaster or creating more and more sugar cravings later on in the day. So simply slowing down, choosing fruit first, and plate crowding, and having those natural, healthy, balanced meals are all great ways to reduce your sugar cravings naturally without ever feeling deprived or cutting out foods you love. All right, That is your lesson today on sugar cravings. If you have any questions, feel free to comment in the journaling section and I'm happy to answer them. Otherwise, you can go ahead and journal today about what you notice around sugar cravings and how you kind of have patterns and habits with sugar cravings. Maybe they always happen at the same time each day, and just to begin to notice that a little bit more. Because the more we notice the patterns in our lives of habitual things happening that maybe aren't helping us, they don't serve us anymore, they're causing weight gain, right? It's not about stopping them completely. It's about noticing them and realizing that it's a habit and one that we want to start to slowly kind of backpedal from and go more towards that intuitive eating and eating balanced meals instead of going long hours without eating and then eating sugary foods because we're so hungry and we have so many sugar cravings. And so the more you slow down, the more you listen to your body and do the things we've already been talking about in the previous lessons, the better you will be at eating nutrient-dense meals and hopefully reducing those sugar cravings a lot. All right, that is the end of today's lesson. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in your next lesson. Have a great day.
Nice. Thank you, Meg. I love this one. For me, it's just the notice. Notice why. Ooh, that chocolate. Ooh, that chocolate. Why? Sure, go for it. Have it, Matthew. Enjoy life and its beauty. And also just notice why. Because for me, when I can, without judgment, just take that sacred pause and just notice in the moment a craving, even if I don't have to figure out why, but just questioning it, noticing it. Oh, reaching for that chocolate again. Curious. All right, now let's savor it. That's good stuff. So much power in that. Looking forward to continuing the practice. Speaking of which, let's groove into today's healthy habit. Or I should say this week's healthy habit. We decided to dedicate a week to our healthy habits in this journey so that we can spend some time on them, really kind of cultivate some change. And this week, our healthy habit is to drink more water. Today, we're going to aim for at least 30 ounces, which is about that, of water today. It's about 900 milliliters for you on the other side of the pond. Drink more water. Sip it on down. Today's wise words come from Karen Salmanson, who said, "Sugar is the sociopath of foods. It acts sweet, but it's really poison." Okay, get your journal out and bring to mind, what patterns do you notice in your sugar cravings? When or why do they happen? And how might you respond instead of react to them? Go ahead and hit pause and give yourself a moment to journal and reflect on this. So for me, I noticed that my sugar cravings spike when I'm less resourced, tracking yesterday's intention on being rested, and when the day's demands just get to me and I don't slow down enough to decompress. On the flip side, I also notice that when I'm in high spirits and celebrating with others and the energy's real, just like jamming, I'm also less inclined to tune into my body and listen to what it wants, because I'm just kind of feeding off of all these other energies that are outside of my body. So that's helpful to notice. Last inspiration, but certainly not least, is our micro challenge for the day. So today, when you notice a craving for sweets, choose fruit. Fruits have a very complex combination of non-processed sugars like sucrose and fructose and glucose, and certainly much healthier for your body when it comes to supplying it with clean burning energy, and also kind of gives it that dopamine spike that we're looking for when we are craving sugar. So that's the challenge for today. When you feel yourself when you notice sugar craving, great. How about fruit? Banana. Cool. All right, that wraps up today's intentional session on reducing. I am reducing. Yes, I am. Thank you so much for joining. If you'd like to connect with the community, there is a link in the description to witness other people who are going through this and to be witnessed. Maybe definitely you have your own relationship with food, and we would love to see how your intuitive eating journey is and what it looks like, because it helps everyone within our own journeys to better understand ourselves and our own process. So that's what we're doing. It's a beautiful thing. However you want to be engaged, that is totally fine. So whatever that looks like, thank you so much. And tomorrow, our intention is to rest. Take a break. It's our rest day tomorrow. So whatever that looks like for you, just reflect on this intuitive eating journey and maybe double down on some habits that have been working for you, or just take the time to just go soak up some nature, whatever you want. So I'm looking forward to that. I'll probably tune into the daily flow here and bring something. So looking forward to whatever that is. Until then, enjoy reducing and noticing and responding as opposed to reacting. Right on. Enjoy the day. Ta-ta.